Hi guys, how are you doing? And I'm sitting in my GT350 here, and man, I love the vehicle, love the sound, and while it's not the fastest anymore, it is just such a blast to drive and shift through the gears. It is just fun, you know. You can just feel the vehicle, you can hear the sound. I mean, and it is a Shelby, and it shows, you know, as the Voodoo engine. Just an awesome vehicle, and all that is what the people at Ford, they knew that when they sold this vehicle, and that's why they sold it with a hefty markup back in 2017 when I bought it, and I guess also in 2016 when they officially started selling them. I think 15 were the first ones, but let's say stick with 16. I mean, along the whole period of time the GT350 was sold, you had to pay a hefty markup, and it is a thing that happens in a lot of vehicles still. If you have something that's a little bit more out of the norm, a little bit different, the dealerships, they put a hefty markup on your vehicle. I'm not saying Ford, because it's the dealership that adds the markup. Ford gives you the MSRP, but the dealership adds the markup. So let's not just talk, let's just go and look at the paperwork and see what the markup was when I got mine, and let's talk if I paid that and if it's worth it or not. Alright guys, call me an idiot, but I took the paper out where it tells me the markup. That is on me, but I do remember it. So this is the original window sticker from my GT350, and it tells you all the extras on the vehicle and what it costs. So the vehicle base price is $54,570. All the options were $4,300. This one had the Shelby stripes deleted, also an option. And then we have a destination and delivery fee of $900. So total was $59,770 MSRP for this fun vehicle here. So when I contacted Ford and I went to look at the vehicle, there was a note on it, and I still have it at home. I just don't have it right now, and it says special vehicle or something like that, a markup for 10 to 15,000. I can't remember if it was 10 or if it was 15,000 more. And that's ridiculous, you know. I mean, for today's prices, yes, you would not get a Shelby for even 10,000 more than this, but for back then in 2017, almost 10 years ago, too much. So I did not pay it. I just told them no every time, and after a while, you know, they called and they offered to sell the vehicle for the price without the markup. So I was lucky with that, also because, you know, the Shelby was sitting in the dealership for quite a while, and then they kind of wanted to move on and have it out of there, you know. But great buy, I love it. Look, it has the chassis number in there, it is limited. Not one single part of this Voodoo engine here is the same with the Coyote 5-liter. So everything is different on the Voodoo engine, and if you want to know more about the engine, that's time for a different video, or just look it up. So very special vehicle, everything is different. Let me unbuckle here. Okay, let's go outside and talk a little bit more about dealerships and pricing. In my opinion, people hate buying cars. People hate going to dealerships. They hate doing the back and forth. They hate the markups. All of that is just something people do not like it. And I think it's time to change that industry. I think it's time to do something new. I mean, let's go to the point. My personal opinion, I'm not an expert, I'm not a car salesman, I have never done any of these jobs, but my personal opinion is we have to do direct to consumer model, you know, DTC, direct to consumer. That means you buy directly from Ford, and then the game would be over with the markups. Now imagine you would buy an iPhone and you couldn't buy it from Apple directly. So what would you do? You have to go to Verizon or similar, and if the iPhone costs 800, they could say, well, it costs 1,000 or 1,100. And what do? You have to go to AT&T, and then they'll tell you it's 1,300. So you'll go to Verizon because you get it for a little bit cheaper. It's a game that goes back and forth. But what I can do, I can go on Apple's website and I can buy my iPhone. I can buy it for whatever it's listed for 600. If Apple sells it for 600, I get my iPhone for 600, and that's how it should be. So if you don't let people buy directly from the car dealer, you know, that will always invite them to add markups. So not a good idea, and I think this has to be changed, and I don't know why it's not being changed, but it's a game they play to get more money. And you know who gets more money? The big dealerships, you know, those big dealership companies, they get more money, and you're the one that's paying. So not good. I also think one or the other exclusively is not a good idea. I mean, forcing people to only buy from the manufacturer like Ford, Porsche, Mercedes is not a good idea, but making it so they only can buy over dealers and cannot buy from the manufacturer directly, that is also not a good idea. Let me just close the door, it bugs me. And then it honks, and that's something I do not like at all, but it is part of it. So what else do people hate about buying a car? In my opinion, they hate the high pressure, you know, the time consuming, the back and forth, the add-ons, and this one especially for me, the finance manager. So all that is terrible. When I buy an iPhone from Apple, I don't have that. If I buy a Shelby GT350 from Ford directly over the website, I don't have all that. But I couldn't. So I hate it, because you play the game, the back and forth game with the salesman, then you're done, and then it goes in the next round. Then the finance manager comes in, and then he has add-ons. He has engraved security codes in the windows. He has like paint protection stuff. He has like floor mats, ceramic coating, warranties, all kinds of stuff, and it's just putting pressure on you, and you already sat there for 2 hours. It is a miserable game they play, and it is not fair, and it is not right. And I think it's time to just change it and do it different. And you know who doesn't want to change it? Your car dealer doesn't want to change it. Also, I don't like that car salesmen are paid with per commission, you know. Like if they sell you a higher priced vehicle, they get a certain percentage as a commission, that they get more money. You know, they get bonuses. The more they sell, the more they get. I think it's great for them to get more money, and I understand it, but from the consumer's perspective, it is just not fair, you know, because the car salesman is not there to get you exactly what you want and what you need. No, he tries to upsell you so that he gets a larger commission, a larger chunk of money, and that's not good. I would rather see the industry pay the car salesman more money, so they have quality people there that do a good job and that get a good salary, instead of paying him a low base salary and then forcing him into talking people into buying stuff they don't want or they don't need. So because if I go in and I want a base Mustang with the EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine, it's actually pretty affordable right now, pretty good price. Of course, the salesman will try to talk me into a more expensive one, and he will use all the tactics, you know, with with having a loan and monthly rates, so that the out of the door price goes up, and so he makes more money. And it's also an unfair game, and I do not like it at all. So guys, now's the moment to subscribe and like if you haven't done that. Please do that, I really appreciate it. I also want to know your opinion. What do you think about buying a car? Do you think markups are fair? You think markups are not fair? You like the system, how it works nowadays? Or would you rather do it like with Apple? You can buy your car over online and you pay the price that everyone else pays? Or would you rather go to your dealership in New Jersey or wherever you are and you pay whatever they tell you to pay? What do you think? Let me know. So put it in the comments if you want to. Tell me what you think about it. And if you have other opinions, please share them. And please know, I am not working in any car industry. I don't have any knowledge about sales, but this is my personal opinion as a consumer that bought plenty of cars in his life. I bought plenty of cars new, and I have bought cars with markups or with markups that they wanted to have, and I bought cars with no markups. You know, I've seen it all. I bought used cars, new cars, seen it all along the road. So please share and tell me what you think and what you want. Story time for just a minute. I went to buy a vehicle at a Ford dealership a while ago, and the guy who was there for the service, for the finance manager, sorry, he was all right, and he had a pretty good deal. I signed the paperwork, and I was fine with everything. So I went home. He calls and he said, "Hey, I found a better financing option for you. It's way better." So I said, okay, why not? You know, has anything else changed? No, it's all the same. So come on in, sign it. Went back in, I signed it, and I made a mistake. I didn't go through all the paperwork again because I trusted him that nothing else changed. Right, the loan looked good, the paperwork looked good, but I looked at the papers at home and I saw that the out the door price went up by $5,000, maybe even a little bit more. So I was not happy, you know. I thought, what did he do? So I checked it, and he had added an extra warranty that I before had declined, and somehow he handed the paperwork and I signed for it. I didn't know. So I made a big stink about it, and then they said it was just the guy that was filling in for the finance manager, but the real finance manager came back in, and he just lied in my face. He just had excuses every time, said they would fix it, come on in. When I went there, he was not there, told me to come the next morning, he was off. It's a stupid game, you know. I had to reach out to the sales manager, and it got fixed. So signed the paper and everything got changed, and it was good, but horrible experience, and nobody should have to go through that. Alright guys, and I'm not making this too long. I probably need to wash this car here. I'm kind of picky, it looks kind of dirty to me. Anyways, have a wonderful day, and come back soon to the channel, and thanks for your support. Have a good day.